Hey George, well, your package arrived today, so I'm going to go ahead and get things opened up and we are going to have a look at your watch as it's arrived. Okay, so I got two pouches here. Okay. All right. Was not expecting to see that one. We'll have to talk about what we got here. Okay. This one I definitely was expecting to see. Okay. Maybe I have to go back and look at our email exchange to make sure that I knew that you were sending a second. I didn't realize that. All right. Very cool. There it is. What a great looking watch. That is just so fun. Wow. Okay. Okay, George. Well, I went back and looked just to see, and it seems that this one is one we're going to have to talk about. It is an addition to this one. Of course, we had discussed this, so let's just go through this one really quickly. This is just such a cool looking watch. Oh my goodness, so special. Look at that patina. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is a 1968. 6105 8009 proof. Just so cool. Really spectacular. Okay, so seems to be working. That's good. Look at the way that has gone to this lovely brown. Oh, and it stops. Okay, well, let's just go over condition. So, a couple just scratches and marks here on the insert, as you might expect, consistent with the glass. We'll talk about what to do about the glass as we go if you want that reinstalled. Of course, as you know, everything comes back to you. If you do want to put a new glass, this is a sort of lower profile, maybe a type 3 or a type 2 style. Got some typical scratching on the back from tooling, of course, here and here, some fairly substantial gouges. But again, we're going to leave this alone and just assume, that's the way it's been and that's the way it's going to stay. Typical wear on the sides, of course, but still in very good unpolished condition. As you know, it's hard to find them like this, and it's really hard to find them with that beautiful brown lume. Look at that, even your pip. You have lost a little bit of lume here in the pip. I will try and preserve that as much as possible. Of course, we're not going to make it any worse, but maybe I can bind that a little bit just to keep it a little more solid, stabilize it. Okay, well, let's get the back off so we can just see what the history is of the watch a little bit. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I was able to get it loose, so let's open it up together. Pretty clean. You've got some typical wear in places that I'll show you. I see 0 marks in the back. Now that doesn't mean that it's never been serviced, but less likely that it's been serviced than if it did have marks, of course. You've got some wear here in the arbor. You can just see that. You may actually need a new tightening up of your arbor itself. It's a little reluctant to run. It's a little stiff in here. But there it goes. Seems to want to go now. Okay, not too bad. I'm gonna assume that given its reluctance, that perhaps it's gonna run fairly inconsistently. But we're gonna check it, just for the sake of knowing where we start. So let's get that going. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put this on the time grapher very quickly and we'll have a look.
All right, well, that's not really what I would call running. That's just sort of limping. You know, the time grapher really can't get much of a signal out of this. It's a bit of a lock-in amplifier, so it tends to know what it's expecting and kind of locks into a particular signal at a particular rate. But yeah, that is not correct. Okay, well, understood. We have work to do. All right, let's get back to the bench.
Okay, well that's watch number 1. This is certainly the one that you had mentioned that we were going to get started on. Let's go ahead and have a look at watch number 2 and just kind of see what you've sent and go over it in the same way and just assess from there. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, on to watch number 2. Well, it's another great looking watch. This is actually a pretty special watch as well. I mean, wow. 1969, 6105, 8009. So this is a resist. Very cool. Very cool. So later incarnation of the symmetric Willard, or the symmetric 6105. Case is in good shape. You've got some wear. You've got the fisheye style pip, which is really cool. These are hard to find in great shape like this. Loom looks good, although perhaps a little too good, maybe. I don't know. The hands, I mean, they're very china white. They're very, very, very white. So it's unclear to me what that implies. So let's go ahead and this looks like an H-link from a Pogue that's been modified with some end links to go on this. What an interesting modification. That's really cool. I like that. Huh. Really cool. Okay. Well, it's a neat bracelet. Definitely a good one. All right, let's take your bracelet off so we can get that out of the way. Yeah, that is a real Seiko bracelet. It's the real deal. Very cool. All right. So, what to say? Let's jump into this one, see if we can get the case back off. It's a neat watch, that's for sure. Let's check it out. Alright, that one's going to take a little more persuasion than I can do on camera. Give me 1 second. Okay, we got that properly loosened. So we're going to do this one together again and have a look at what's inside. All right. Another pretty clean, empty, service mark free case back. Tiny Seiko Company Limited, as we would expect. Very, very perished gaskets, also perhaps as we would expect. It's not too bad, but all right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Very clean movement. All right. Let's have a look. Let's see how it's running. I'll be right back.
Okay, George. Well, it's been running for just a few minutes just to make sure that all the power boost from being wound into the bridle has gone down. But not a terrible runner. Certainly could benefit from some service and some adjusting. I don't really know what you want to do with this one. If you want to have me service it, I can certainly put it on the list, and we can get it taken care of. Yeah, it's a good running watch. And $190 for a watch that doesn't show any real apparent obvious marks of service, with really good amplitude and really good signal and decent rate. That's not a bad situation for a watch to be in. That it looks to be, an unserviced example. I'm pleasantly surprised at how good this is running. It clearly has not seen moisture. I'm not certain. Maybe it's completely original. I have no idea, honestly. But you can tell me some history if you have any about the watch, and we can take it from there. So let's get back to the bench. Okay. Well, two very cool symmetric 6105 divers. One, this is just so special. What a cool watch. I am a bit at a loss for words, to be honest. It's so neat. I want you to tell me what you'd like in terms of the crystal. We're not going to do anything cosmetic, of course. We're going to make sure the crown is correct, and we're going to, do the service and make sure it's running right and seals and rebuild everything and take it all, down to bits and get it all back together. If you want to preserve the crystal, certainly it will come home. If you want to put it back in, that's fine with me too. It's really up to you. I charge what I pay for the crystals, so it's not like I'm here to sell crystals. It's just not something that I've ever really made any real money on, and so it's not worth it to me to charge people for what they could buy them for online if they just looked around. But if you want me to change it for a replacement, I don't have any new old stock, unfortunately. I would really think that would be a neat thing to put in one of these. But the ones I have will have the exact same basic shape and will be the exact same material. They are Hardlex, and they have the same form as this. So if you want me to do that, I can. It will bring the beauty of the watch out so much more dramatically to have a clear crystal in it. But that's really up to you. I'm going to let that be your decision. This watch I was not expecting. It's a nice example of a Resist 8009. Very pretty watch. Honestly, probably the most underrated of the Seiko divers, in my opinion, is the symmetric case 6105s. I don't know if this has an A or a B. It must be an A movement because it doesn't hack. Some of them did hack. I have a hacking. I didn't look when I was inside the back. But let me know what you'd like to do. As of course you have a credit with the Blair Watch Project, so that's going to offset some of the cost on this for sure, because you were so kind to send me some great parts that I've been using and enjoying. So thank you. And, you know, you just have to let me know. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.